we're going to talk about, hey, everybody on YouTube, I've got two feeds going on. We're going to talk about how we can change our vibration and how that affects others in the world, not just where we are in our proximity, not just our family, not just our friends, but on a worldly scale. So a long time ago, probably about 5 years ago, I worked at a health institute. And that's when I first started recognizing how the structure of water can be changed. A couple different ways we did that. We had a water bottle that was specifically made to change the structure of water. That water bottle had the Fibonacci spiral in it. And at the bottom of that water bottle, it also had the tree of life. So when we put regular water in there, whether it was filtered or from the tap, having it sit in there for a certain period of time, a couple of minutes, could be anywhere from an hour to 12 hours, that water bottle changed the vibration and the structure of the water that we were drinking. I'll put a link to that somewhere on my YouTube channel for purchasing those bottles. I have one still here. Another way I saw and was confirmed that water, the vibration of water, that vibration in that bottle, that water in that bottle actually changed. You could taste the difference of the water. Another event that happened regarding water bottles, are you familiar with the work of Masaru Emoto? He passed away, but he wrote a book called The Hidden Messages in Water. And when people's vibrations were introduced, whether they were meditating on love, fear, anger. And they would do that in front of water. And then he would take the water droplets out and look at them through a microscope. And he would notice that the molecules of water would change based on the vibration that was being put into that water. So you could see, you can Google this and see the pictures of this. You could see the molecule that was exposed to fear or anger, and it would look disrupted and disjointed. And when you looked at the molecule of water that was exposed to love, happiness, that would look beautiful, and it would always be different, beautiful. You know how snowflakes, they're different. That's what it looked like. And he did testing on that. So let me explain one situation that happened to me and my daughter, Carly, back before I worked at this institute. And when I was living in Virginia, the two of us were at an event, like a spirit event, a show that we went to that had all booths that you could watch. What do you call those kind of events? And then you could go into different talks at this one event, like a spirit path or a spirit healing type of path. And this was in Virginia. So we went into this talk along with a couple of friends, and I had a water bottle, one of the crinkly kind of water bottles. And the event that we were going to go into was a gentleman that was going to be channeling an entity that he spoke with. So you didn't want to make a lot of noise, obviously. So I gave my daughter this bottle to drink with, like a trade show. Yes, Natalie, thank you. A trade show or a convention. Thank you. So my daughter and I gave her a sip of this water, but she's like, I don't want to hold that. And I'm like, just put it in your purse. And she's like, I don't want to put that water bottle in my purse. So the event starts, and he starts to stand up and starts channeling this entity. And I'm holding this water bottle because now I'm afraid that if I go put it anywhere, it's going to make noise. And I didn't want to make noise. So I just held it still in my hand as he channeled his group, his entity. And it was pretty cool because there was also a bird that kept banging up against the window of this convention center. And we were all kind of being silly about that because we knew that this bird obviously was somebody's loved one that wanted to talk. So I'm holding the water. It was a fabulous session with his entity. The event is over, and my daughter and I walked around a little bit more, and then we got into our car. She was driving, and we were eating this muffin, some sort of muffin, and I went to take a drink from the water bottle that I was holding. As when I went to drink it, she went over a bump and the water spilled on my lap. Didn't get in my mouth, but spilled on my lap, and it burned me. It burned my legs, like not like to a point where it got red, but I felt that the water was really hot. And I'm holding it, it didn't feel hot, but at that moment, I thought that the vibration in the room during that channeling session changed the structure of the water in this bottle. And she agreed. And I said, well, we better drink this now. And she's like, what if it's hot? And I'm like, it won't be hot. It just needed to do that to get my attention. So I drank half and she drank half because the vibration of the water had changed, just as a bottle with the Fibonacci spiral changes the vibration of the water. And Masaru Emoto's book proved that we could change the vibration. And what are we made up of as humans? We're made up of water, right? So the next event that happened that I'm going to explain happened at this health institute. I was giving a talk with about 5 women, and these 5 women were all connected somehow. 3 of them were sisters, all twins. They were triplets, and the 2 of them were really good friends. And I was giving a talk on something I don't even remember, but as I'm channeling spirit, obviously there was something going on, and I stated to the group, this is really good. Is anybody writing this down or recording this? When that happened, I was a medium at that time. As that happened, I could see in the room that a group of souls came into the room to listen to this talk. So I could see not just 100, but thousands of souls that came into the room. Now they came in as iridescent souls. I couldn't see faces or people's images, but I saw like iridescent souls. I could see through them. I kind of assumed they were maybe people's higher selves. When the lesson was done, when I was done speaking, all of those souls left the room, and I could hear from spirit there was this tsunami that came in. And as the wave went out, all of those souls went to their respective souls here in the 3D plane and shared what had just happened in the room. So the 6 of us, I think that was how many it was, had changed the vibration in the room so that other souls, other higher selves, however you want to look at that, came into the room, picked up what we were laying down, and then went back out to their own 3D bodies, human bodies. And those, what we picked up after as we were talking about it, is those human bodies now didn't understand what had happened. Their higher self did, but they didn't understand what had happened. However, they may have felt differently. They may have woken up the next morning and said to themselves, I feel different today. I'm going to go do this today. And then just went and did something that they had never done before. Now, this was at least 4 or 5 years ago, and I never got confirmation, but I felt that. So recently, we'll say over the last 4 months or so, I've always known, I've talked about this story many times, and I got the fact that those souls went out there and changed other souls. And that's how I did another video, how we could be the change, be the vibration that changes others without others knowing. I'll say there's probably, I just watched a video recently, maybe about 1% of us on the planet that are needed to change our vibration so that we can change others without them knowing it. And this was proven, I think maybe in a big city like Chicago. They did an experiment where they brought in monks and people to meditate. And during that time of meditation, the crime rate had drastically decreased in that city. So they were proving vibration, either done through meditation, done through conscious speaking, conscious thinking, conscious doing with a love vibration, that we could change the vibration of the planet. It's especially important now. I know myself, over the last week or so, I was feeling agitated. I was feeling emotionally exhausted, but knowing it wasn't coming from me. So we could move that vibration, that energy through us. We don't have to transmute it, just move it through so that other souls can pick up what we just did. And without having to do what we did, they would feel that vibration, and that would change whatever they needed changing. So did I get proof of that finally? I did. About a month ago, I was having a time with, well, geez, what am I doing here? I'm really not talking to a lot of people. My YouTube subscribers, although I have 1,500, I didn't notice that a lot of people were watching what I was doing. So I felt like I wasn't changing anything. I wasn't being of service, and I wanted my love vibration to get out there. So I'm sitting watching, I'm thinking that thought, and I'm sitting watching like America's Got Talent. It was just a little clip of someone that had come on the show and sang or did something. So the judges asked the guy on stage. He hadn't done his bit yet, but they asked the guy, why now? Why are you on America's Got Talent now? And he says, well, I've been wanting to do this for 6 years, but I never felt the need, the urge. I didn't feel worthy. I just didn't do it. And then a couple of weeks ago, I wake up and I say, I'm going to do it. And he does it. And of course, he has a beautiful voice and everybody loves him. And I'm realizing in that moment, I hear Spirit say to me specifically, see what you just did. You did that. And then I got it. I got proof. I got evidential proof that my vibration changing gave other people the ability to change. And that's how they proved it to me. But I thought, okay, that was one person. I told that story to someone else, and they said, but look what that one person did to change the vibration of the thousands of people that were in that theater watching him sing and tell that story. He just changed their lives with the beauty of his voice. So we're not just changing one person when we change our vibration. We are changing every person that comes in contact with that one person. And in that aspect, that America's Got Talent venue, that guy said, I don't know what changed. I woke up one morning and everything felt different. Proof that that's how we move the love vibration through us out to the whole world. So how else do we do that? How do we do that within ourselves besides meditating, thinking the right thoughts? So being in sixth dimension, which is something else I want to talk about now, being in the sixth dimension is seamless present moments. We don't sit there and think about how we can change things. It's seamless present moments. So how do we do that? Well, I've noticed sometimes if I post something on, I try not to use a lot of the lower vibrational social media, but I use like Nextdoor, trying to see what's going on in my town. And I notice there's always somebody that has to post a negative comment or judge the person or shame the person that just posted something. There's a way that you can just post love vibrations. Thank that person for posting what they posted, but try to resist the urge to post something negative, to blame someone, to shame someone. There's enough of that going on now in this world, enough shaming. Support everyone's choice, support everyone's ability to do what they need to do for themselves, and you just do what you need to do for yourself. So more self-care More love, self-care. When you feel yourself either tired, take a nap. If you feel yourself agitated, do some self-care. Sit in quietness, go take a walk, take a bike ride, connect with nature again. That will help change your vibration so that it changes all the other vibrations out there. Okay, so I talked about the water bottle changing the vibration. I talked about my time at the Health Institute where I saw souls. Later, we talked about it being a tsunami coming in, of souls coming in to listen to your message. And then the wave, as it dissipates again, going back out there to their three-dimensional humans and sharing what they learned. So we're picking it up vibrationally. Anything you can do to share a love vibration. Someone posted on another social media about they didn't appreciate that I was saying there's no good, bad, right, or wrong to live your life like there is no good, bad, right, or wrong. And I wasn't saying that there isn't horrible things out there. There certainly are horrible things out there, but it's our reaction to them that changes the vibration. It's recognizing that, yes, that was an event, that was, and it's going to bring up sadness in me. It's going to bring up maybe anger in me, but I'm going to use my love vibration to prove to myself that everyone has a purpose here on this planet, that we're here to learn, that we're here to spread a love vibration. And sometimes our soul path is nothing like others. So if their soul path is one of they did something that was horrendous, I don't want to put any more horrendous anger, fear vibration on them. They've got their own path. I'm going to put a love vibration out there to start to change the vibration so things like that don't happen as often. We can't stop the ones that already happened, but we don't have to put out a fear vibration. The only vibration that should be going out there from us is a love vibration. Regardless of what happens, being neutral and accepting the fact that something happened so there's not highs and lows, that we keep a love vibration, which is stability, which is neutrality around all of this. I'll say again, all we need is only 1% of the world's population to sit in this love vibration to be able to change things. I believe, I know they're changing now. Just over the last 2 weeks, I felt a little different. So let's keep that love vibration going. And however you can do that, whether it's in a group or by yourself, it doesn't matter, because know that your love vibration is still going to go out there. When I ride my bike and I feel so good, I feel this love vibration, like the earth, nature is just zooming past me as I ride. I keep putting that out there, how lovely I feel, how refreshed I feel, how fabulous I feel, and allow that to go out into the world. All right. And Natalie, I think we answered your question. You said, what would have happened to the people whose souls picked up that information? Did they just suddenly feel different? Absolutely. And I think we answered that. Thank you so much for asking that. Thank you for being present. If there's anybody on YouTube or Instagram that has another question, I'm going to start to close this out and say that I wish everyone a love vibration and the ability to be able to hold that in sixth dimensional, seamless present moments, so that your love vibration just continually goes out there, moves through the world. So those people that are meant to share it on a wider platform, like this gentleman did on America's Got Talent, that was a beautiful experience, a beautiful experience. He not only changed the judges' perspective, but he changed all those people that were in the auditorium watching his performance and hearing his story. So we can change one person. We always can change ourselves, and we could always change. By changing ourselves, we change the vibration of the world. Give others permission to also change their vibration. They may not know it. They may just wake up one morning and say, I feel so much better. I Thank you, everybody, for joining. If you just came on at the end there, go back and listen. It's going to go be on my channel on both YouTube and Instagram. Thank you for joining. Great to see everybody. I'm going to be logging off now. Please feel free to share, like, and comment. Can't get enough of all of that. So let me end up here. Bye, everybody. And then I'm going to end up here on YouTube. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for the shares. We'll see you again next time.